Hi everybody. It's been a while since I've made a video. But I had another one of those dreams. And I want to tell you what I saw before it escapes my memory. So pretty much, I definitely saw the end times, or what people describe as the end times. It's very ugly. But I'm gonna start from the beginning of the dream. So pretty much, I was in the apartment building with my partner, and I just remember looking out the window. It was nighttime, and there was this huge bubble. It was like this rainbow bubble, and it had a bunch of rainbow spheres. I don't know what to call it. Or it looked like rainbow planets inside of like a rainbow bubble. And it was like gummy, or it was like gushy. It almost looked like alien. And it was high up in the sky. And then I just remember telling my partner like, "Hey, look out the window, look at this." And he was like, "What is that?" And then it just started descending down upon the planet. And as it started descending, we started going up. We fell to the ground, and everything in the apartment building started lifting up into the air. Like there was no gravity. I just remember seeing plants and everything just spinning around in the air, and then we blacked out. Next thing I know, we were awake. We woke up on this bus that was speeding through Los Angeles or something. And I just remember seeing cars on fire. It was apparent that something happened, people left the earth, and the rest of the people that were here were distraught because they don't know what's going on, and they're kind of panicking, and you can tell they're just so lost. I remember this one guy, he had crashed his car, or he was on the highway and he crashed his car into somebody who disappeared. I think people started disappearing. I think that's what it was. People just start disappearing. And those who are left behind, they go through hell on earth. And he crashed his car. I know I said that a million times, but and his face was all black, covered in smoke and dirt. And he was he looked like a lost child, looking for his parent. It was so sad. And I just remember the bus was just charging through traffic, trying to get us to a safe destination. I can't really explain to you the feeling I felt. I just knew that we had been left behind, and it just felt awful. It felt like the love that was on the earth before was gone. You know, that Mother Earth feeling, or that Mother Nature feeling, or that forgiveness feeling. It was gone. And it felt like hell on earth. So next thing I know, it's almost like we jump scenes. That's how visions happen sometimes. Next thing I know, I was standing in a room. It was a very small, apartment building. It wasn't ritzy at all. It was actually very run down and very poor and dirty. But there were a lot of people inside of it, and It felt very family oriented, and everybody was just taking care of each other. I can't remember if my partner was there or not, but our cats did come with us, so I feel like that was like an indication, like, hey, yeah, like your animals are gonna go with you. Um, and everybody was just taking care of each other. There was children, there was mothers like braiding hair. So I don't know if this is like three different scenarios. That's what it feels like. The first one feels like the group of people that leave the earth. There is a group of people that do leave the earth. It happens last minute. It happens unexpectedly. And then those who are left on the earth, one of the two things is going to happen. One, people are going to start banding together and like finally like understanding what the power of love really is, because I think that's kind of the lesson in it all. It's like humanity has forgotten about love and what it means to love your neighbor, and like what it means to love your friends and your family. You know, so I feel like those who are left behind and those who go through like that, you know, that hellish episode, I feel like that's what it's for, is to bring you back to source. It's not really to punish you, it's to make you see, like, hey, like, there's a whole other, like, reality that you're totally forgetting about. But yeah, there are going to be lost people. There already are lost people, and maybe that is another part of it. You know, how many times do we see people on the street just so lost, homeless? Nobody is paying attention to them. I don't know, there's so many layers to this dream, but it felt very much like my asteroid dream that I had a couple years ago. It felt so real. It felt like a warning. It felt like a sneak peek into what might be happening in the future. I don't know when, but it definitely felt like current. Like, I just felt, I don't know. So yeah. The other thing I was wondering is like, how did we get taken up? It was like the walls were rattling, and it just felt like a spaceship or something. So yeah. It's that was the most amazing dream I've had in a long time. And it wasn't just a dream. There's a difference between dreams and visions. Dreams are like mental. Dreams are like your subconscious thoughts coming at you when you're sleeping, but visions are from spirit. Those are very different. This one was from spirit. And yes, people do end up leaving. And I think there might be some truth to that whole, like, the waves of people that end up leaving the earth. It's just so intriguing to me, and like, wow. But it's interesting because in my last couple of videos that I made, I always see something in the sky. And I remember a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago, I had a very similar dream where I saw like these rainbow people coming down onto the earth. They were like rainbow beings, they were like sparkling. And they didn't make a noise, we just saw them. And then they descended onto the earth, and the moment that they did that, like all hell broke loose, and like a huge earthquake erupted in Los Angeles. And then like the whole system was destroyed, like everything was just destroyed. So if there is some type of like alien invasion or something, like I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that there is something coming. So be prepared, people. I don't know how to be prepared or how to tell you how to be prepared, but you know in your heart and in your soul what you need to do in order to be prepared for what's coming.